Hello, how are ya? Yesterday, I wished everyone a very happy Thanksgiving. I told an incredibly weird and creepy, disturbing story about one of everyone's favorite saints. Today, I'm going to discuss Thanksgiving, when you have food allergies, special medical conditions, and maybe some coping tips because it's rough when you can't eat what everyone else is eating: pie, cake, pasta, uh, the rolls. Oh god, I miss the rolls. Oh, sorry. And the pie. I miss real pie. That doesn't cost $10. They're small. But things have gotten better, and I have been dealing with one medical issue relating to food or another since I was a child, and they erroneously diagnosed me with a milk allergy. Turns out it was celiac disease, which unfortunately we didn't discover until 2009 when I was 26. That royally sucked. So that first Thanksgiving, I basically subsisted on potatoes, ham, got the entertainment and the joy of watching the nom nom noms on cheesecake. At least I think it was cheesecake. Been a while. Um, Basically, guys, I'm gonna be honest with ya. It sucks. It royally flipping sucks, especially when people are like, "Oh, poor you. You can't have this, can you?" And I am against violence, but I can understand if you want to stick a fork in their eyeball. Please don't. I need to make this disclaimer. Please, no matter what the provocation, no matter how frustrating it is, and people talk about politics and argue and scream and just otherwise make you feel like the weirdo, the stranger, the black sheep, for one, not really wanting to discuss politics, not really enjoying that one person who always has that veiled, ooky comment that they try to hide under the guise of being a reasonable human being who is really quite nice, but also kind of a dick. And of course, do the, "Oh, poor yous," because "oh, poor you" does tend to make me a little bit mad. But basically, for coping tips on the food front, first of all, please, big disclaimer, do not, for the love of Mike, stab anyone in the eyeball with a fork or any other utensil. This also involves your fingers. Please keep your fingers and your utensils to yourself or in the food. Now, saying all this, yes, I get it. And I know that things have gotten so much better since 2009, so what I would say is try to avoid blowing up at every, "Oh, poor you." And, well, my best friend had a lobotomy and his seizures were immediately better. Yeah, thanks. But he's also missing part of his brain. And that was the 1950s. But thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Um, that wasn't sarcastic. I really am getting a case of the squicks. Basically, you may need to bring your own pots and pans for sanitary reasons. Your mom is fantastic. Your mom is lovely. Your auntie, whatever. Uh, Even though the political conversations, et cetera, can get really gross. So, you know, I really can't help you with that except for maybe bring headphones for the resting and television portion. Next up, make sure you also have a book or a game that you like to play. Watch Netflix on mobile, whatever. Uh, but bring your own pots and pans just in case to cut down on the risks of contamination from people whose pots and pans have probably been used to bake or cook wheat, rye, and barley if celiac disease is an issue or any other wheat based illness. Um, Make sure that you scrub them well. Uh, know what you're doing. Um, Bring your own utensils if you absolutely have to. And yes, I know this makes you sound like the pickiest person on earth, and oh Lord, I'm still not used to it. Second, I would highly suggest to bring samples of your favorite foods that you've gotten used to. Over the last few years, I occasionally, for the holidays, have the Char gluten-free crescent rolls. Now, these fall into a bit of an iffy territory because while Char does work with the Celiac Disease Institute, they have a croissant, which is fantastic, but it's deglutenated wheat, meaning that the sticky protein, the gluten, is actually removed from the wheat grain. In general, that should be pretty safe, but if you're particularly sensitive, please abstain. Making your own, honestly, it's a piece of work, and it kind of tends to make you, and the folding can look like you're trying to swaddle a very large, bumpy baby. But sometimes perfection is overrated, which is exactly what to tell your loving aunt Greta, or whatever her name is, when she starts picking, because there's always that one person who needs to pick. And you can't always ignore them, but you can remember that you don't need to be taking their example. Now, on other things, vegetables, meat products, the potatoes should be okay. Just watch how people make them, because sometimes people put weedy things in the weirdest things. So read labels. If you have to, bring snacks. Listen, I'd like to share this with you. This thing was really, really awesome. Halo Top ice cream, for example, really went over well. I'm also on keto for seizure control, so certain summertime treats have had to be reworked. So, oh hey, listen, try this mint chocolate chip. And it went over well. Really, that's got lower sugar. Yep. Offer to bake with the person using clean, uncontaminated serving bowls, etc., etc. And just remember, you're there with people you love. Hopefully. There are some families that sadly aren't quite so loving, and if that's the case, I hope that you have a great time with friends and puppers and kitties and whatever. Snakes if you like them. Bunnies make everything better. Except maybe health class, unless you're talking about hyperfecundity. And above all, make sure that you love yourself enough to walk away if you need to. You don't have to sit back and take any poor me's. Oh, you poor baby. Oh, you poor dear. Oh. Seriously, don't pinch people's cheeks. Babies. I had to scooch because I ran out of time and also because I ran out of battery. Now, just a quick follow-up, please don't pinch people. It's going to be difficult. I know so many different personalities and you want to show your love and oh, hey, listen, I know it's been tough and I'm here and I do love you and I don't know how to show it without giving you an extremely painful pinch. But please, Aunt Lobster, please don't pinch people. Even the babies don't like it. Now, I'm going to finish up here and just basically say, love yourself, walk away if you must, keep someone that you know will help keep you sane. Try to be there to show someone else love because this is not easy for anybody. Remember that puppies and kittens and bunbuns and snakes and mice and rats and all the other good stuff exist. That you exist. And that's fantastic because, well, to be honest with you, if you look at the way the human body works, there was a lot of stuff that went on to get you here. So, woo! You made it. If you have any tips, please let me know, and I'll put them along with everything else. Enjoy your love and your food and the people that you love and who love you in this time of turkeys. And in case I didn't say this yet, because I don't know if I did, happy Thanksgiving. Love ya. And remember, you don't have to be alone, and it's okay to call people and say, hey, listen, things are really sucking right now, but I care about you and I want you to have a wonderful time, and I figure that you're going to give me a wonderful time, so that's great. Plain simple. Share the love. Give what you've been given, even if it's something small. And you might want to start saying your prayers before Aunt Greta gets there. Because, guys, I know it's gonna be tough, even if you are the most well-adjusted person on the face of the planet. And remember, of course, that there's no such thing as normal. The weirdest people on the face of the planet are those who actually think that there's such a thing as normal and it's something to aspire to. Be weird. Be love. Be light. And to borrow from Portland, keep everyone weird. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful and weird and wacky time. Good night.